What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host today, Vett-Dog, as always. Yes, I'm still sick, but it's okay because we have our Canada Dry Ginger Ale, as always. Nothing's more refreshing and has a better taste than the all-natural Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Always caffeine-free, and they also have a sugar-free selection for anybody that doesn't enjoy their nice good sugar. They also have multiple flavors, including their all-new Ginger Ale Lemonade. But boy, when I'm sick and I sure have an upset stomach, ginger ale, it knows how to fix me up every time. And today we're gonna hop right back into the first tree. Which of these trees is the first one? I'm not sure. We'll figure that out eventually. Like I said, there's multiple trees on the screen, and the one in the background seems the most promising. Alright, we're in the forest. Like I said, lots of trees everywhere. Doesn't even matter. I'm sure that we just came from this yonder direction over here. See, these are telling me to go this way, but the giant beams in the sky are telling me to go that way. There's also a little text chat here, an open world. Okay, I understand that it's an open world map, so that's fine. We're gonna just come over here. We're gonna start to do our little exploration like we did in the last areas. Try to not miss any of these. I'll even move myself out of the way for you guys so you can go ahead and see how many I've actually collected. I think I was just at 51 or something, or 50. There's a little mattress. There's a mattress on the ground, okay. It's not like the typical games where it makes me jump higher if I jump on it. That's disappointment. Not really. You gotta remember that there's things around the map that we have to find, and it kinda helps build the story together. And it gives bits and pieces of information. You could just continue the game and like listen, but at the same time, Storytelling 101, okay, doesn't sound the most important thing that we need to watch out for right now. I'm gonna just keep looking for these little stars, these little north stars laying around on the ground. Now we're at 54, okay. Oh, there's a close jump. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. Okay, so there should be some up here, I believe. Oh, I thought I missed. I thought I missed that jump. There's just one star that keeps popping up here. That's not the same as the other ones. What is that? I have to jump on it? I don't think that's right. Am I supposed to catch it? Oh, I see. I get it. I have to like do it when it goes down to the ground. Was it just one here? So that was one of 3. So I guess we need to find some more of those. I feel like those are going to be harder to spot, especially from a distance. No fall damage, baby. Let's go. I remember. I don't know if I should leave in some of these longer moments where I'm just wandering off. Obviously, if I back travel, I'll cut that stuff out, but I feel like I should kind of leave this in just so we're all at the same atmospheric level as each other, you know? Kind of makes you guys feel deeper into the game. Other than me talking, basically. But, other than me talking, I feel like it's a pretty atmospheric time for you. Hopefully you're enjoying your atmospheric time. See how many times I can say atmospheric in a minute. Atmospheric, atmospheric, atmospheric. I'm not doing that, but I'm gonna dig up whatever's under this hole.
There were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk. And I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Okay. Where they were brutally devoured. I like it. But yeah, we're starting to get more of a sense of his childhood. He's talking about some more things and more stories of his life. If you don't remember from the first part of the game that I had put up, this is mainly a story about the death of his father. So he's going to be reminiscing on the times with his father and talking about old memories and stories with his father as well. Just to kind of piece everything together so you guys can kind of get a sense of feel as to who his father really was, probably more of an understanding. It's hard to see over all this huge brush, but I'm making it happen. It's working. Don't worry. Don't you worry about me. I got this under control. Now, we did see another sketch back there. It looked like a blueprint for a house, but it wasn't like really a blueprint. It just looked like two drawings of houses. So maybe it's just some more of his drawings that he was doing. Maybe there's some sort of significance to it. I'm gonna head back towards the direction that we had started in, because there was another path that we could have veered off onto, and I had started with the closest one that was near us. So I'm gonna try to go towards that one again and see if we can find anything else over in that area. Alright, so this is the path that we started on, and then we went off in the woods that way. I just flung a hair in front of my face, but that's the path that we had started on. So now we're gonna go over this direction because I see some more sparkly little northern stars up here. And I feel like catching them. You gotta catch them all, just like Ash catch them. Ash can ask me some ketchup. We're up to 62 already. As soon as we hit 69 though, we're done. That's it, game's over. That's just how it ends. I actually don't know how many of these there are. I know that there are 13 rabbits that he had said, but I haven't really seen any rabbits in this forest area, which is kind of strange. I seen more in the snowy area than I did here, and I don't know if it was just in that one area where I was supposed to find him or if it was this one as well. Let's see what he says about this
stuff in his free time.
A birdhouse.
He wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels. He was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses.
Yeah.
Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
That's how they both liked it. I was gonna go over towards that boat because I wanted to look at it, but then I seen these little stars over here, so it's kind of good that my ADHD kicked in and pulled me over towards that boat. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even found these stars, probably. They're kind of just off in the middle of nowhere on the side of the map, so. It's also going to bug me at the end of the game if I realize that there's not an even amount of these stars. If I find like 163, I'm going to be kind of upset. If it's 165, I understand, because you're ending on like a solid rounded out number. So if it's like a 5 or a 0, I'm okay with it. But if it makes me feel like there's more that can be found, I'm going to be highly upset. Then I'm going to feel like I didn't find them all, unless I do. But it doesn't tell you how many there are, so maybe it will at the end, I'm not sure. But there's the boat. He said that his father liked to fly fish, so that was significant to that story. There's some more stars over here for us to collect. Well, we've only got 3 more until we hit that 69, so I can tell it's close to the end of the game. I actually don't even know if there's anything in this area. Oh, there is. I see them off to the right. We'll get it, don't worry. I just want to make sure I don't run by anything important. This is actually part of the story because it's got the big beacon on top of it, so can't be that important of anything that I'm walking by, because this is the important part. I don't see any structures or anything that might signify what this story might tell us. Alright, let's collect the stars before we go ahead and dig up this little hole here.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on, just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell.
Oh, there is something.
Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside. and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky.
No
Sometimes
trespassers.
I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that sexy fox.
I'm sure it's the same as how
He's
I
so
left.
cute. Look at him.
Then why does it feel so different?
His mouth opens up when you start
I
running.
doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Oh, it's a nice little radio, too. We almost ran right by that. But no, David. Whatever the question you thought of and she said, you're probably not the only adult that asked that question. You're probably not. I don't know what it was because I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of zoned out there and was too focused on the game. I'm sure you're not the only one. I'm right here with you, buddy. I'm wondering questions just like you are. Like, what did you say? We're gonna ignore that and just go towards this giant beacon that's calling my name. That I can't make it to because it's on top of this giant hill that I can't climb. But there's a star, so we're okay. Maybe we have to go in there. I want to get this one first. I figured we have to climb up somehow. Get on top of everything from the outside, but we might have to come inside the giant circle of rocks to get up there. Oh, there's something down there. We gotta go get that one. Where'd the other one go? Wasn't there there was another star up here, wasn't there? Oh, it's right there. That thing definitely disappeared. I'm not crazy, I promise. I might be crazy. Oh. I got it. You gotta get it like as soon as it goes into the rock. I think that's it. I think that's all that there was here. So now we can venture off and continue our story. Continue David's story. But continue our journey. But like I said before, like it's not something like if you're joining this expecting to like see another one of my videos of me playing some action game or me playing some cool sick story of blowing shit up in Michael Bay film type games. You're gonna be a little thrown off whenever you see this because this game's very different from what I normally play, but that's the whole point of most of the games I play is because they're all different. This game's kind of just nice to get into and relax and kind of play it out and see the story through everything. There's a giant beacon over there that I guess I missed, so we're gonna try to head back towards that. But this isn't like an action-packed story game or any crazy stuff going on. It's just all... You're just learning the story of David. And you have to pay attention, unlike me. Otherwise, you're gonna miss a lot of stuff, like me. I think that the beacon was taking me to this thing that I already got, so we should be okay. Should say 2 out of 3, yeah. But sometimes, you know, it's nice to kind of just get into a game like this that's just kind of calming and relaxing. You just get to listen to a nice voice off in the distance tell you about their life. But if that's not your thing, it's okay. I think I'm going the right way. I really don't remember how to get out of here, if I'm being honest. I think it's over here. Yeah, we need to get up here so I can actually see where I'm going. I'm gonna head towards the giant opening that takes us back out into the woods. That's also why I'm just gonna kind of leave in like these longer parts of me just walking around. Some of them anyways. I might cut some of them out a little bit. Or just chop them up a bit. But I like just the nice calming atmosphere of the game. Atmospheric. It just relaxes you, you know? You guys understand making mods. I would actually like to hear this one.
Earlier I said I just
We'll listen to it as we're walking to our
video
next
games and
little area.
exploring, like looking at every nook and cranny and just trying to find little details. And I think that started because in middle school and high school, I would make mods for my favorite games, namely Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Far Cry. And I loved like this huge world of mod makers who would make these levels and it'd be like the most random creative things, and I would just love exploring usually multiplayer levels by myself.
I could not
So
have
even though I went
imagined
to college
making
for
mods.
films, before
in
that, like before
high
high school, I was making video games and mods, and it was my favorite thing in the world. I made a ton of different levels. I made an abandoned space hotel with a dance floor and cafeteria. I made a haunted campground with cabins and tents. I made this whole city with like the first ever day-night cycle with running showers and stuff in the hotel and the apartment buildings. And I just loved making those mods, and I think that carries over to my game, the first tree, and also the one before that, Home is Where One Starts, which is it's exploration. You're just looking around and appreciating the details.
That's exactly what we've been doing. That's like I said, it's just nice to get into a game and appreciate the details, walk around. It's just a whole lot more calming than a lot of other games. Some games you want to get in there and experience everything and just see all the action. You want non-stop action, back-to-back stuff happening all the time. But even in those types of games, it is nice to kind of relax and just get a sense of the atmosphere, especially with today's quality of like graphics and games and everything. It's just so nice to like look around and just stop every time, like every once in a while you're in a game, just to get to experience and appreciate the work that they put into these games. Like even this game, it seems so simple. I couldn't even make a game close to this if I tried. I know nothing about making games. He said he's been making games since he was in high school and doing mods, and that's why he wanted to do the stuff in college and everything. I couldn't have imagined doing this in high school. This stuff seems way too complicated. Oh, look at that! I actually needed to find all of those to unlock the next area. But it's a good thing I've been finding them then. And there's also a spot that we need to dig up over here.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out.
It's a knife.
For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping.
It's probably what he used to carve and
I thought
like
he
whittle
was just
stuff.
dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house.
Ooh, that's a nice jump.
We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet. Or
there's
how
a
those
wolf.
massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6.
Oh, that was
I
the
hadn't even
significance
carved
of the
it.
knife.
My dad had helped me.
Because he
I
carved.
still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I love sketching and designing,
Canada Dry.
and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong.
What?
My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry. For everything.
So there he goes talking about his father's death again. I don't know if the dead fox, the dead cub, is this like symbolic piece that resembles his father. I don't think so, because maybe yes, but at the same time I just don't feel like it so far. It does symbolize death, which, you know, kind of adds on to that, but I don't think it symbolizes the death of his father quite yet, because it's the cub of the older fox, this mother fox or father fox, whatever that this fox is. I don't think that the cub dying really resembles the dad. Maybe it does. I think he might have said it at the beginning, but I'm not sure. Also, I think that the wolf might have killed the cub right here. Well, I kind of want to read the wolf part before I sniff my dead baby right now. So we're gonna listen to this.
It was really important to me that the wolf in this story that takes the fox's cubs, that it wasn't explained at all. I told you. Like, it's just this entity that's in the background. And of course, it's supposed to represent something bigger than a wolf or even the fox. It's supposed to represent like the specter of death. Yeah. And it comes when you least expect it. There's no justification. He's just there, always watching. See, he said the specter of death. So right before he said that, I was thinking like it resembled, he said that it takes the cubs, but not like as a wolf, kind of taking the cubs for like food or anything. I thought he was trying to like say in a way that it was like resembling a higher power like God, because he said it was like a higher being. But then he said the thing about the specter of death, so it kind of helped it a little bit, helped me piece it together. I hear the cub making noises, I think. That's what it sounded like, unless that was the big fox. Oh, don't run. This is a walking moment. The fox isn't gonna, or the wolf isn't gonna attack me, is it? That wolf is huge. I mean, but when you think about it, foxes usually aren't that big either. Oh, shit. Wow, that scared me. He growled and then moved, and it just caught me so off guard. No. Could I have actually, like, caught up enough to, like, see him running off in the distance? Oh, wow. We got, like, a mountain climbing level now. We're feeling like a mountain goat. I want to make sure I get all of these. If I miss any of them, I'm going to be highly upset. I love the music. I love the atmosphere in the game. The detail, the fog, the distance, like everything about this game is just so greatly put together. And even like the little touches, instead of just leaving the sheer drop off of the mountain like plain and just dirt like this right here and rocks, he took the time to put in each little extra tree. I'm sure it was just like a copy-paste thing that he did and kind of just put it all over the place on these different coordinates, but the fact that he put in those little minor details still like adds to the game itself. And I feel like it helps build a lot together. Like even one small simple thing in an open area, it kind of just like pulls it all together, because everything in a game itself is just important whenever it comes to detail. Can I go under this? I was just making sure it wasn't like a huge cave or anything. But I really like the time that he put into this game. It probably took him no time at all, because he's had plenty of practice, or maybe he did, you know, spend a lot of time on it because of the significance that it meant, everything to him with his father. But it's a very beautiful game. Haven't had any issues with glitches or bugs or anything like that. Which, I mean, yeah, it's been out for a while. This game was made back in 2017, I believe. Or maybe it was later than that. I think it might have been later, right? Or was it 2017? I'm not sure. I think it was 2017. So you wouldn't expect a game like that to have bugs and stuff. They'd be like, oh, they had plenty of time to fix it. But some people, they kind of just give up on it, or they'll stop working on certain things, or they'll just see like, oh, it's a bug, just get over it, reload your level or something. But so far, I've had no issues at all with this game. So peaceful. There's like nothing you have to worry about in this game. I mean, you might eventually. Maybe that wolf's gonna come back and chase me or try to kill me or something, but I hope that the mother fox doesn't die, because I don't know what that would symbolize.
That would confuse the shit out of me. I don't see any hidden stars behind any of these rocks. So that's good. Because I don't want to have to find them. I don't want to have to go back for them. To be more specific. Coming over here to this beam. See what we're going to dig up this time. Alright, let's hear it.
I need to go to bed.
Just go to bed.
I just can't talk about this anymore.
There's some letters.
Good night.
That's it? That's all he's gonna say? What? That was confusing. I'm so confused by everything that just happened. What does he mean, I'm gonna go to bed? Good night. That's it? What? Okay. I guess that's it. We're gonna continue, though. See what else. I don't think there's anything else in this area. I wouldn't feel like there would be. But I'm just gonna make sure I'm not missing any of the stars or anything like that. I also don't even know if they're called stars. They might be like tokens or, you know, coins or something, but I'm gonna keep calling them stars because that's what I'm comfortable with calling them. That's all I know what they are, so that's how it's gonna be. Now we're gonna transition into the next area, wherever that might be. I hope we explored everything in the forest area, otherwise I'm gonna be upset that I didn't find everything. And also, now that we are
Joseph,
in a new area,
you can't go to sleep feeling like this.
my headset got caught on something.
I'm sorry for everything, and I know
And she's
you need
talking,
space,
so
but
we'll wait.
I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost.
Yeah, you don't need to go to bed.
Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
No. You don't be showing anything weird in my background. I have to. It's gonna make me want to come over there. But I want to drink my Canada Dry. The refreshing Canada Dry that will clear up even the worst of throats. And settle even the worst of stomachs. And quench even the driest of thirsts. Now that's good. Canada Dry good. But like I said, I do like ending episodes or videos in newer areas as soon as we get to a new area, and we just got to a new area, so that means it would be the perfect time to stop. But anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Go ahead and drop a comment down below if I've been messing up the story and you've caught any of it and understand it better than I do, or if I've missed any of those stars, which I've been trying my ass off to get and probably haven't found every single one. And as always, don't forget to click that subscribe button located right there below my finger. It only costs absolutely nothing. It's free. It's 100% free. So just click it. It's not going to hurt anybody. If anything, we both benefit from it. And as always, you know what we say here in the channel. Peace out, guys. Love you. Catch me in the next video.